The ceremony mingles the demons of humanity's oldest fears with elements of a young religion. The result is a faith filled with the spirits of good and evil and tinged with magic. For priest and practitioner alike, the cares of the real world disappear in the ecstasy of celebration. They transport themselves into a domain rich in legend, dark curses, and mystery. This is the world of the Hungan and the Mambo, a world haunted by the specter of the zombie. This is Voodoo.
This series presents information based in part on theory and conjecture. The producer's purpose is to suggest some possible explanations, but not necessarily the only ones, to the mysteries we will examine.
When Christopher Columbus anchored off the tip of Haiti in 1492, the island was proclaimed a land that possessed everything in the world a man can want. Almost 500 years later, the promise has dimmed. French colonizers plundered Haiti, using slaves to wrench sugar and coffee from the soil. Today, for all its richness, the descendants of slaves live in the poorest country of the Americas. The second oldest republic in the Western Hemisphere, Haiti is the only nation ever to leap from slavery to sovereignty in one bloody step. Poor, noisy, crowded, Haiti clings to the traditions of two worlds. The language is Creole, a corruption of French. Officially, it has accepted as its religion Catholicism. Almost 95% of the people of Haiti are Catholic. Unofficially, they follow the Hungan of Voodoo. His name is Papa Jouy. By birthright and practice, he is a Voodoo priest, reportedly one of the most powerful in Haiti. The parish of Papa Jouy perches atop a dusty hillside on the outskirts of Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital city. No electric lines feed the houses, no pavement covers the roads, no plumbing carries in fresh water or drains the wastes. In two crude temples atop a small cliff, Voodoo thrives. As preached by Papa Jouy, it holds the key to good fortune and good health for all the people of the hillside. When an expert is asked what lies behind the practice of voodoo, the inevitable answer is it cannot be explained. It must be experienced. What we committed to film, therefore, is voodoo as it is rarely seen by strangers. Voodoo as it is felt by the people who live through its precepts. The time is early evening. No formal announcement of a voodoo ceremony has been made. But the activity on the hilltop has attracted dozens of people. The signal that the festivities will soon begin is the drawing of the veve, intricate patterns outlined on the floor in a white sand-like substance. The mark of a veve, however complicated its pattern, is the mirror image created by each design. Papa Jouy has established tonight as a Rada ceremony, a celebration of white voodoo, The drums are set to call forth a galaxy of smiling, optimistic spirits who bring with them good luck and good tidings. It is believed that the measure of a priest is his ability to summon the spirits. So Papa Jouy takes extraordinary care to design the proper atmosphere. The drums are believed to have Junto, a divine spirit. The veve are drawn in honor of the life force inside the drums.
Première fois, après deuxième fois, après troisième fois.
Okay.
Each drum has a unique pitch and rhythm it keeps. Together, they create the music of voodoo, the hard, driving underpinning of its power.
Non, c'est 3 fois, ça fait 3 fois.
In the Rada, the white ceremony, all is joyous, and the children are allowed to participate. The Hunsai gather to launch the night's festivities. To dress in white and join the priest, they have undergone a protracted and difficult initiation. They have become insiders in the world of voodoo and can expect a larger share of good fortune. For it is believed that through the priest, the spirits will make themselves felt and seen. Papa Jouy signals the beginning, the first joyous call for the spirits to enter and join the festivities. From the cadence of the drums comes a moving force that burrows into the human psyche. The bass voice of the biggest drum, the manman, awakens perceptions and feelings that overwhelm the participant. To hear the sound is to feel voodoo. Surrounded by the ritual movement, the music, the singing, there comes a release from the hardships of life. To the Haitian, the feeling clearly tolls the arrival of the good spirits. no time limit. For as long as Papa Jui decrees, the Hunsai will dance, the drums will speak, and the spirits will enter the sanctuary. One symbol of success will be a possession. The instant when a spirit will enter the body of a Hunsai and take over complete control. The possession occurs. A principal Hunsai goes rigid. Her body is beyond her own control. Now, through her, the spirit is believed to speak and act, and good will come of it, for this is Rada, white voodoo. They believe that the only possible harm that can come is that the spirit will vacate the body of the possessed and take with it the body's soul, leaving behind a zombie. Tonight, that will not happen. Tonight is Rada. Tomorrow night is Petro, the red ceremony, the celebration of the angry spirits, when anything can happen. During ages of intricately woven superstition, the role of Papa Jui, the Hungan, has been tainted by the black arts of the magician. How else can he be trusted to deal with the spirits that will be unleashed tonight in the Petro ceremony, the calling forth of angry spirits? He is not a sorcerer, but a priest, as was his father. Through study and purification, he has achieved an exalted role among his people. Each day, he is called on to produce cures and spells. He banishes demons and applies curses to wrongdoers. It seems a difficult task for so common appearing a man. His sanctuary holds the peculiar blend of elements that have become voodoo. Catholicism has been adapted to the warp of African magic. A roll call of saints mingles in a liturgy filled with the likes of Baron Samedi, overlord of the dead. In the innermost stronghold of the Petro sanctuary, the walls bear dire threats. Vengeance is a part of voodoo. To arouse anger against an enemy, it is said that 2 nails must be driven into the beam of his house after a family member has died. Then the dead spirit will be trapped, and in his wrath, he will turn against his former kin. Werewolves abound in voodoo literature. So do vampires, normal people by day, blood-sucking terrors by night. For those who believe in voodoo, the living dead are also real, the zombie. They haunt the nightmares of almost every Haitian child. Papa Jui must cast spells and create amulets. He is required to interpret dreams and to reach into the future to predict events. Tarot cards and talismans are part of his working paraphernalia. Often he will be asked to give immunity from sorcerers. In complicated ritual, he will receive a lock of hair and fingernail clippings, place them in a bottle with a part of the person's soul, and presto. So long as the bottle is protected, the person is safe from sorcerers. Soon, he will be ready to begin the Petro ceremony. It is crucial that all goes well, for the anger that might be set afoot is awesome. Spirits with malicious natures must be appeased. If they are not, the consequences, he believes, are dire to all who take part in the service. Occasionally, the In Search Of camera ventures into a world where few have been privileged to travel. The Petro ceremony is one. Such a place is not for the timid. Sacrifice is part of the firmament. So is fire. So is possession. It is a ceremony tainted by blood and enveloped by noise. The coming of darkness signals the first greeting to the vengeful spirits of Petro. There will soon be dangers set loose by the very acts Papa Jouy decrees. The spirits that are called Loa in Voodoo might overrun the ability of the priest to control them. In the very first moments, after the completion of the complicated veve, the special designs in sand, Papa Jouy leads his people in prayer that is drawn from Catholic liturgy. The cross drawn upon the floor has for them dual significance. For in Voodoo, any crossing point, the center of all X's, is a place where magic abounds. There exists a great gulf between the people and the spirits which they try to appease. The ceremony provides a bridge between the two worlds. The very act of touching the animal brings each person closer to his God. In the ultimate moments of the Petro, when the Loa, the spirits, are said to invest themselves in the bodies of believers, there will still be no actual contact. In Voodoo, in order to be possessed, the person's own spirit must first leave. The gods are separate beings. A god and a person cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So the person possessed leaves his own body and becomes a horse, carrying the Loa wherever it wants to go. When the Loa, the spirit, departs, the person may return to his own body, an end devoutly wished. If the person does not return, the body becomes a zombie, a member of the walking, living dead, cursed for eternity to live without feeling or thought. Legba, the spirit who makes communication possible with the other gods, is present. He has opened the door to possession, and the so-called horses are carrying the spirits around the sanctuary. The possessed will remember nothing of what has occurred. They now feel safe. Papa Jouy has led them through all the dangers of Petro. The spirits have been appeased. The Loa of vengeance are calm. Momentarily, they are content. The Petro is finished. The crowded, noisy, ragged world of Haiti breeds the demons of voodoo. But there are those who contend that the spirits that are set loose in the Rada and Petro are the very center of an ennobling religion. Maya Dern, author of The Divine Horseman, has put it this way: possession by the spirits is a reminder that man is of divine origin and heir to an uncounted multitude of hearts and minds. That at the root of the universe, the principles of cosmic good endure. That even under his torn shirt, his hunger, the failures of his wit, and the errors of his heart, his very blood harbors monumental spirits. Perhaps this is why voodoo holds sway on the hearts and minds of Haiti.